Alright, so we're going to talk about what to pack for Korea. Okay, so I just got back from a 3-week vacation from Texas, and going to Texas, I kind of realized what kind of things I needed to take back to Korea. And I thought it would be a very good idea to share this information with you guys, especially since some of you might not have any idea what they have here and what they don't. So I want to talk about the most important one, at least for me, and that is shoes. Now, when I came to Korea, I came with 3 sets of shoes. I came with 2 working shoes, black and brown, and some shoes for walking around. But, Korean weather just sucks so bad. And, you're gonna have a rainy season and you're gonna have a lot of snow. And it's really hard to find shoes. I'm a size 12. Let me give you a little story. I was out trying to buy some shoes and they had size 285, which is like under 12. And that was like $100. I'm like, all right. And when I went up half a size to find my size 12, the price was jacked up to $300. So I kind of it's really hard to find shoes my size. And if I do find my size, like the ones that have an Ito one, they're usually very ugly and very expensive. So as your shoes get worn out, you should bring many shoes. I brought with me 5 pairs of shoes. I have your regular work shoe, brown. These I'll use most of the time at work, but sometimes it rains, so I have kind of a sturdier shoe. This is my rain working shoe, and just to be ready. These are Clark's, very, very comfortable. Probably the best because you're on your feet most of the day. Then I brought with me 2 walking shoes. Black skating shoes, because really you can't find comfort better than skating shoes. Expensive here, not so much in the States. And another set of walking shoes, also Clark's, because they're awesome. Anyways, maybe that's just me getting old. So, and I brought a pair of boots for the deep snow and for hiking, because you're inevitably gonna go asked to go hiking, and you don't want to go in your walking shoes. Trust me, because walking here, going to the mountains can take up to like a good 11 hours, and that's the small ones. So you should be ready. So shoes are very important. Another thing are bed sheets. So Korean bed sheets are a little different from what we're used to in the States. In the States, they kind of wrap around the mattress, and that's great. But here it's just kind of like a blanket or a small thin cover that you put over the bed, and it moves around a lot. It's very annoying. You can get bed sheets in Korea, like Western bed sheets, but they're really expensive. I think it's something like $130. Like, I'm not paying $130 for bed sheets. Unfortunately for me, I intended to bring some back, but I forgot them. So no bed sheets for me. Maybe you can tell your family to send you some, but yeah, pack your bed sheets, maybe 1 or 2. Something else, and this is just my own thinking, but I suggest bringing your own toothpaste. I think you could probably get these at E-Mart or something, Costco here in Korea. I haven't really gone and checked, but I came to Korea with my own set of toothpaste, and it was great. I learned to wash my teeth so much in Korea. So I wash my teeth at least 3 or 4 times here in Korea, and it was great until I ran out of my American toothpaste. Korean toothpaste is awesome. I think they have more natural flavors and like mint or pine trees. Or, I don't know. They taste better, but I noticed that my teeth started feeling weaker and I started getting cavities out of nowhere. And how is this happening? I brush my teeth 4 times a day, But I think I read somewhere that Korean toothpaste does not have fluoride. So don't take me all on that, but it's just something I heard. Anyways, it's just an observation. So I really suggest bringing your American toothpaste with you, or Western toothpaste, because it just feels stronger. And also, I'm kind of a really picky when it comes to mouthwash. I brought my own whitening mouthwash. I haven't found this in Korea, but I love this stuff. So that's just something I bring with me. Anyways, another thing you should bring are souvenirs. I want to say Korea and Japan are kind of like gift-giving cultures. Whenever you travel, you should bring something back for the family or for the friends. But here, I suggest bringing something for your co-teachers. Like, you may not know how many co-teachers you're gonna have, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. It could just be something small. I've heard many people ask, what should I take with me as a souvenirs for my co-teachers? I suggest just bringing some sort of small trinket. Little small dream weavers work really well because they can't find that in Korea. So it should be things you can find in Korea. I brought for my co-teachers like a little small card carrier from Coach, because I live near the outlet mall. So they're pretty cheap near my house. But here it's a really expensive thing. I'm pretty sure they appreciated that. But just small things like that. Doesn't have to be big. Little side note, in Korea, well, at least when you're working in a school, I noticed that a lot of Korean teachers tend to bring in little snacks or fruit baskets and kind of share with the office, and that really is great for the atmosphere. Most of them don't really expect Westerners to do that, but when you do, they really appreciate it. And I heavily suggest doing that from time to time. It just feels good, it just feels good in the classroom, not in the classroom, in the office. And whenever there's some friction between you and like a co-teacher, I notice that they tend to do that to kind of alleviate the situation. So small gifts like that make a huge difference, and they will leave a very good impression. Regarding medicine, I came here with a shitload of my own medicine, and I'm really glad I did. That's not to diss Korean medicine, because Korean medicine is really good, but only the ones that you get from the actual doctors, the one that you need a prescription for. That medicine is awesome. That works really quick. I found it to be better than the States one, and of course less expensive. But when it comes to over-the-counter medicine, Korean medicine just really sucks, and it's really slow. I don't know why. I mean, I think it may be because I guess Americans have a bigger body or something, and Koreans just kind of smaller, so they have less. But that's just my thinking. I can't really explain it. But I suggest bringing your own medicine, and that's for over the counter stuff, or just Advil, Tylenol, that kind of thing. For everything else, for more serious things, I do not doubt Korean medicine, because it works really good and really fast. It's cheaper. But I brought a whole drawer of medicine with me, and that's taken me a long way. I heavily suggest bringing the Pepto-Bismol, because you eat a lot of things here in Korea, and you never know what's gonna happen. I'm particularly fond of the little Pepto-Bismol tablets, because you can just carry those everywhere with you. One more thing I suggest you guys bring along with you is are your favorite snacks. I brought with me a whole 37 pounds of Mexican and Tex-Mex snacks. I mean, I got like 50 bag of Cheetos, Takis, all sorts of Mexican candy, Skittles, Starburst, stuff that I can't find here, but I can get back home. So if ever I feel kind of lonely, or I miss my family or something like that, I can just grab one snack and I kind of feel back at home. So that's a pretty good tip. But be careful when bringing 37 pounds of snacks, because that's another bag, and the airlines are pretty stingy. So they cost me like $70 just to pass that. But what are you gonna do, You can't put a price at home. And if I can suggest bringing another thing, that would be bringing your own English materials. Like if you're going to be an ESL teacher, you should try to find a good English book in the States, because I found the materials here in Korea to be kind of limited, and they usually tend to suck, and I never really use them. Of course, I make my own materials most of the time, but sometimes you need supplementary materials. It's good to have a book from the States. And really, that's all I can really suggest to you guys about packing to Korea. If you have any suggestions, you should list them below. But really, I haven't really found any need for anything else. I mean, besides your clothes and your laptop, I brought a lot of clothes from Banana Republic because, you know, I like Banana Republic. Mainly slacks, a lot of brought t-shirts and dress shirts. But besides that, I don't really use anything else. But I do suggest bringing good clothes because people in Korea dress really nice and you don't want to be underdressed. I remember the first time I came to Asia, it was to Japan. I came dressed like I thought was pretty alright, but when I saw the way people dress here in Asia, it's like, man, you just make everyone look, most people in the States look like trash, to be honest. So you don't want to feel underdressed here in Asia. Bring very nice clothes. It may be just to work or to like just for leisure, but you won't feel naked without them, trust me. So dress nice. And besides that, I can't really suggest any more things. Thanks for watching this video. I know it's not as funny as most other videos. It's much more informative, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And sorry I haven't made a video. I was in the States for 3 weeks, but I'm back here now. It's freezing. People call this spring here. I have no idea why. They use spring jackets, but you know, where I come from, you don't need a jacket in the spring because it's not freezing. But anyways, hopefully it gets warmer, and once it gets warmer, I can go out and do more things. So thanks for watching, subscribe, and please like my Facebook page. I want more people to find out about it. I'll see you guys soon, and I'll be, of course, making more videos now that I'm here. So, see ya. And don't forget the drinking, because, you know, people do like to drink here. You have the soju, the makgeolli, the mekju. Takes a toll on you, man. I mean, it makes you fat if you're not careful. Now, you may look at Korean people and say, how is that possible? They're so thin. Yeah, they're so thin because they don't eat. And here's where Korean girls come in.